Hello everyone, and welcome back. Just got back from my ride up from Louisiana, maybe an hour and a half ago. Got on the mower and did a little mowing. But 4 nights from tonight, Zach and Sam are gonna be here to, they need to stay in the fifth wheel, Zach, Sam, and Rose, because they're gonna be closing on their house the following morning. And this is a lot closer to where the closing is from the house that they're selling. So I thought I better get started. I wanna move both trailers. The fifth wheel takes a lot more time. So I wanted to get the work trailer. We're gonna pull this up by the house, and the fifth wheel is going to go where this one was last year, where I have the sewer dump. I got one in both places and power, but we're going to put this one up by the house because then when it's not being used, I can pull it out of there a lot easier than that fifth wheel. Having to finish everything at the Louisiana house has really thrown a wrench into my normal springtime things I would be doing, but all this has to be done, so. And we wanted to get that house sold. It was definitely time. I think I'm gonna push that snowmobile trailer back so I can go straight. I really don't have a game plan on how I'm gonna get this over there. I want to put it the opposite way that I usually do because the sewer hookup is on that other side, so it'll be a lot easier than having to run the sewer under the trailer to get to the spot where I hook it up. Mosquitoes, when I left, were hardly none, and now they're just horrible. Melissa got her bees when I was away. They are just buzzing all over there. I hate bees. But if she can get honey, that would be really neat. Melissa had planned on mowing the grass when I was gone. All this is pretty much shot up. I mean, I was gone for what, 10 days or so, maybe a few more. But there was you couldn't mow. It was raining so much. And then it finally stopped. Yesterday was dry and today has been dry, and none of the neighbors' yards are mowed. So I jumped on the mower when I first got here just to try to get a jump on things. I don't know how I'm gonna get this in there. Well, I brought that trailer around and then I was talking to Melissa and we decided we'll not set it up right next to the house right now unless somebody needs it, because with all the moving it back and forth at the campground last year, I'm really good at moving that thing. It doesn't take me long. So I parked it up where the fifth wheel used to be, next to that front garage for right now, and then I was getting low on diesel in this one, so I thought I better go fill it up. And then tomorrow I'll probably use this to pull that fifth wheel and get that set up. And that's beeswax you put on the bottom part there? Huh.
Yeah, just to give them some extra.
Right. It's getting some leaves. Look at the little fuzzy stuff. Oh, I think that's just, I don't know what that is.
That was that stuff that's flying around.
Oh, well, look at that one. Looks really nice.
Yep.
Did you see any flowers on them?
Not these. Looks like there was.
I was mowing and I drove by here and it's like I totally forgot that last week Zach dropped off the six-wheeler. I watched the video, we talked on the phone, we messaged, I watched him drop it off through the Ring doorbell. And I've just been so busy I completely forgot. And he got the chipper fixed too. I don't know if you guys have watched those videos on Joe and Zach's survival, but he got these fixed up. Let's see, do I remember how to do this? Nope. There we go. Yeah, the steering wasn't working really good either, and he got that working real nice. I haven't, since 2010, I haven't put tabs on it. I have them in my safe and in the house. I bought them when we first started working on this. Awesome. Yeah, it sure seems to run really nice. Probably call it a night and go inside. It's almost 9 o'clock right now. Funny, down in Louisiana, it would be completely dark right now. Good morning, everybody. Just mowed a little bit more here where the fifth wheel is going to go. Drive around to the back of the barn or the workshop barn and grab a fifth wheel hitch and get it hooked up into this one. I put it in my new truck. It already has the rails in there, but I've still got stuff in there from Louisiana. And this is more important because if there's anything that's not working correctly on this trailer, I've got 3 days to get it fixed. So I better get this hooked up and figured out first. All the fifth wheel hitch is in, and the mosquitoes have came out for the day. Well, I'm that close. I'll have to drop her down a little bit, but right now I'm going to go in and have lunch. And then we'll get this hooked up and moved around. The lilacs smell pretty nice right now when they're blooming. Well, lunch is done. We had crawfish and shrimp that I brought from Louisiana, corn and potatoes, and I went in because she had messaged me, thought it was time to eat, and it wasn't. We still had about 10 more minutes, so I ran out and moved the trailer over here and got that set just before lunch. Now I got to figure out if I have enough cord to make it all the way over there. I mean, I bought these last year, so I should have enough. It's just trying to remember how I had this set up. I think I'm going to run the mower through here for a couple of passes anyway, so I can see right where that cord is when I finally come in here and start mowing. Some of this I'm going to take down with the tractor, so I want to be able to see everything. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're pretty level right to left. But it has to go way down in the front here, so now I can drop this. And now we decided we are going to pull this other trailer to the side of the house and just get that hooked up for now. At least get the electricity hooked up to it. Melissa is out doing her bees, and I have to wait for the battery to charge up some on this. With this trailer, battery is what runs the slide out. Maybe that's the same with all of them. I don't know, but if it is, the fifth wheel has a much stronger battery because that one ran out real nice, but I had it plugged in. I take everything I said back. I thought, well, maybe I'll put a battery charger on, and then I'm coming over here and I'm thinking, wait a minute, it seems like I might have taken this battery out, and sure enough it's empty, so the battery must be down in the basement, and it's just trying to open up the slide with the, whatever that thing's called, not a converter or an inverter, whatever it is that charges the battery. It has nothing to charge right now. There we go. The slide on this one is a lot slower than the fifth wheel. So all last year, it always seemed like the battery's almost dead, it's not going to make it. But it always went all the way out and all the way back in. Hello? I got the mower hooked up to the tractor part way. I still have to click in the PTO shaft, and I am short one of the little pins for right there, but Thomas Nouse, he just sent me a package. It came with a letter in it. I haven't even had a chance to read it yet. I just opened it this morning, but I had to get those the trailers and stuff ready. I mean, that's my main thing right now. I've got people coming, in a few days. But in that package, there was one of these clips, and I bet you that's why he sent it. So anyway, I'll get this later. The mosquitoes about eat you alive right now. It's absolutely horrible. So I just took a shower a little bit ago, and I'm not going to put bug spray on tonight. It's already about 10 minutes after 8. Good morning, everybody. I just got back. I went to the post office and grocery store and went and got some garden plants for the garden because we need to get that planted this week and this next weekend. Luckily, we didn't do it over Memorial Weekend because 2 nights since then it has frozen. And that's what happened. Was it last year or the year before where we lost a whole bunch of it just because of that? So anyway, I mean, things are behind because I've been gone, but the garden is still on schedule. I haven't filmed anything today since I got back from the store. I've just been trying to get caught up. I did get this out and do some mowing. I think that the belt tensioner thingy needs to be tightened up. I got on the riding lawnmower, got the front yard mowed. Had to go over that twice because it was so long. I definitely want to tighten that up, but right here where the thread goes through here, yeah, right there, right here where it goes through the metal, it has no threads, So I'm gonna have to take those nuts off of there and put like a spacer nut first so that when I pull it can go. I don't have much farther to go really, unless I were to pull a link out of here. I could do that. Anyway, definitely if I go through tall grass, it's stopping, and I don't want that. I went ahead and eliminated a whole link. Hopefully that'll help. One of the nuts was getting kind of wore down, so I put a new one on and put a couple of washers so it's not riding right against the mower itself. All I've been doing is continuing to mow. Finally getting things under control around here. Good morning, everybody. 2 days until Zach and Sam and Rose are here. Got the yard looking halfway decent. I just was laying in bed this morning and I was thinking, oh, I didn't hook up the sewer to this yet because I was just running clear water out. So I wanted to make sure I've got everything for this. I don't really like that curve in that, but it'll work. Well into June here. This morning the temperature was 35.8, I think is what it was. And it's supposed to get up to 71. Right now it says it's 54 out there. One of the things I picked up at the post office yesterday was another box of antlers. Sent a picture of it to my dad and he said it's time to make more tables. There we go. I think I have it all running downhill. Yesterday, the first thing I had planned was to go get these filled up with fuel, propane, and I unhook this one and it's like this full, so don't have to do that. They have two big backhoes over there doing something. I know they were running water. I don't know where they're going with it, but anyway, they're digging over there again. And once all this project is done, then they're going to come back and finally asphalt the road again out there. Well, today I was in there, I shampooed the carpets, I got some more stuff, the bedding done for the fifth wheel, towels and stuff. Melissa had put them in, I just brought them back out to the fifth wheel. But I wanted around here, I just got done doing some mowing. But I'm, like I said, maybe I haven't said it, in this video I'm not filming everything because I'm just trying to get caught up. And I wanted to come out here though and get 20 minutes or a half hour cutting wood. I figure if I can get that a few times a week or whatever, we'll get this pile dwindled down. I did tell my dad that he can come out here anytime he wants to if he gets bored and split, but doesn't look like he's been here while I was down in Louisiana. I put about 45 minutes in tonight. I put 40% deton before I came out here and there was no mosquitoes bugging me, and now they're starting to, so it lasts about 45 minutes. Usually I'll mow in here quite a ways, and Melissa said not to because all of that is blueberries. You can see all the flowers on there. I wanted to see though, last year I planted that horseradish and so many people told me to get it out of the garden that I did. And I just planted it way back here, and it was either you make it or you don't. I was back here before and I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. I think that is horseradish. Doesn't even look like I put a dent in that pile. And I've already cut about 9 feet of the pile. Eventually, I know I talked about it in an earlier video, I want to put raised beds in here and get these strawberries up in the air, but as it looks right now, we're going to have hundreds of strawberries. I mean, look at how, this was just a row, and now the row is 5 feet wide. It'll take a little while to get this thing tamed down, but for right now, at least we can walk around the rhubarb. Because like I said, I want to transplant these to another place. You can see how these are looking. I mean, they look fine. That's about the size of a stalk that you would buy in the store. But look at the difference to the ones that are up here by the house. I mean, look at the size of those. I mean, they're ready to be picked. I already had one that was flowering. I had to break off the flower. A couple of them were actually. Well, I have everything in the fifth wheel ready for Zach, Sam, and Rose to show up. After they're done using it tomorrow, then Brandon's going to go ahead and move into that so he has his own space. Everything's ready. I got the roaster out so I can do the ham tomorrow because Melissa will be at work. When she gets home, she's going to do a potato salad tonight, peach cobbler. What else? Oh, and then she's going to do green beans and brown beans, I think, but that'll be tomorrow. All the way up underneath that thing. See it right there?
Oh, yeah.
That's the horseradish.
Huh.
Mosquitoes will kill us.
Oh, I should have brought that straw.
Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I think I'm going to end this one now so I can get on a regular schedule. This whole thing is pretty choppy. I just had a million things to do and not enough time to do them, but things are finally getting under control. Zach and Sam will be here tomorrow night. And then this weekend we're going to get the garden planted and get that under control. And things will be looking pretty good. I will see you guys on the next video.